So the Future Stars promo is well underway, and in a couple of days we will have the Future Stars Team 2 dropping in Ultimate Team, and in this video today we're going to take a look at some players who could feature in that second release. If you need to get your hands on some coins to improve your Ultimate Team, then check out the link in the description, igvault.com, and if you use the code Kieran at checkout, you'll get yourself a pretty nice discount. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I thought the Future Stars Team 1 was good, but I didn't think it was that great. There certainly are some good notable items in it, but there's also a couple of pretty average ones. So I'm hoping Team 2 is absolutely stacked, and I think it will be. I think we'll see a lot of popular young players in the second batch. In the comment section down below, let me know which players you think will feature in Team number 2, and also if you could leave a like rating on the video, that as always would be very much appreciated. So let's begin. And you're going to be thinking, Kieran, we've seen these players before. You've seen Saka and Ansu Fati in my Team 1 prediction, and that's because I thought they were going to come at some point throughout this promo. I still think they'll come, especially Saka, so I'm going to imagine that they're going to come on Friday, and I personally can't wait. I really want that Saka to happen because obviously that's going to end in my Ultimate Team. It's just a case of what position will they give to Saka, and hopefully he gets a really big boost. Ansu Fati, I think, is in a similar boat. Once more, Ferran Torres and Declan Rice featured in my Team 1. I think they have a chance at featuring in Team 2 officially, so hopefully they drop on Friday. That Ferran Torres card has some serious potential as well. But with him having a one to watch in Ultimate Team, I'm a bit unsure whether EA will give this one, since he's already got a live dynamic item in the game. And then we've also got two more players who featured in that first video in Fofana and Verts, both of which I think deserve a spot in Team number 2, so hopefully they happen. Don't worry, none of the other players we're going to talk about in today's video featured in Team 1, so we'll talk about them a bit more in depth, but I just wanted to mention these lot because I still think there's a chance that these ones happen. Before we continue, let's just quickly talk about OneFootball. OneFootball is your one-stop shop for all things football news related. It's a free app, free to use, free to download, all that good stuff, so you may as well give it a go. There is a link to download it in the top of the description. In the background, you can see us just flicking through. There is the transfer rumours section right there. Jerome Boateng to Chelsea. That's a new one to me. And you can also use the app to keep an eye on the teams you support. Obviously, mine is Arsenal. You can check on the squad, check on the statistics. Although we're not going to do that for Arsenal because I don't want to see how bad some players are doing this year, especially Aubameyang, who unfortunately is underperforming this season, but hopefully he turns it round soon. And let's check on someone like Saka, who's actually having a semi-decent season despite being played in a bunch of different roles for this Arsenal side. 5 goals and 2 assists in the Premier League, and he's got 1 assist in the Europa League. Hopefully we'll build on that in the coming weeks. If you want to give this app a go yourselves, like I said, there is a link to do so in the top of the description. So when I was doing my research to do these predictions, I was looking at Team number 1 and I was thinking literally every single player is from like a top 5 league. So I'm hoping in Team number 2, they do include some obviously big names from the top 5 leagues, but they also include some names from the quote-unquote lesser leagues. So I've got Vlasic, obviously from the Russian league, so this one might happen, might not. Obviously EA don't have like a good license agreement with the full Russian league. They've only got a few teams, so I don't know if this one will go ahead, but I would just like to see this one happen in the game. Just obviously brings extra squad builder options, and this potentially could be a really nice central item because his first in form in the game is actually very nice. Along the same thoughts is Saigankov, another player who's obviously not in a particularly popular league in terms of Ultimate Team, but potentially could become a really good player. And this guy's had like team of the season cards in the past, so I guess he kind of is already quote-unquote established in his league, but maybe not worldwide, so I think he fits the eligibility for a future star. And once again, this could be a really nice team that could provide like good green links to other players for squad building opportunities. Like obviously he would have a green link to Icon Shevchenko, making the most of them Ukrainian links. Another thing that I felt was missing from Team number 1 was centre backs, and there was none. There was none. We got I think 3 or 4 fullbacks. I think it was 3. We got Delors, Reece James and Dest. So I'm hoping we see some centre-backs in Team number 2. A pretty obvious one for me is Inter Milan centre-back Bastoni, who's having a bit of a breakthrough. So he's an option. And we've also got Tapsoba from Bayer Leverkusen, who's having a pretty solid season in the Bundesliga, and pretty mobile centre-back as well apparently, so I could have some serious pace on him, which I definitely would be welcome. And obviously I spoke about another centre-back in the start when we spoke about Fofana for Leicester. There obviously are many other good young centre-backs in the world, and let me know which ones you think could get a future star in the comment section down below. Staying in the Bundesliga, we have a potential really good option right here, wamangituka. Now this guy's silver item in Ultimate Team is pretty mad, and I actually really enjoy using it for the silver star objectives. And if he got himself a hugely boosted Future Stars card, I think this item could be incredibly popular. In Ultimate Team, he does have 5-star skills, which is great, but he does only have a 2-star weak foot, which obviously isn't ideal. But obviously, EA could, in theory, upgrade that weak foot for this card, which would be very welcome. And this card, as a whole, I think would be really, really nice for the game. The Bundesliga doesn't have like a lot of wing options. It's got a couple of good ones, but not too many absolutely brilliant ones, and I think this one could potentially be really freaking good and really popular, especially due to them 5-star skills, so hopefully this one happens. Darwin Núñez is coming through pretty nicely at Lisbon. He's got 10 goal contributions this far alone, which is pretty good. Like, his goal scoring record of 4 goals in 17 games isn't anything too special, but if he's setting up goals as well as scoring them, that's obviously really beneficial for the team. And yeah, I think a Future Stars item would be deserving for this player, and could be a nice card, and would also link to that brand new Future Stars Pedro that we just got. Next up, we have Cucurella. Now, I don't know if this one will happen because I don't know if they'll go with like 2 Spanish left wingers, but who knows? We'll have to see. I still would like this one to happen because I think it could be a really good card, and it could be one of them items that's literally perfect for like a 3-5-2 formation. Not that many people play it in the game, but if there was options like with good wingers like this that are very complete, then maybe they would. I've also been told this guy is absolutely rapid in real life, so hopefully his pace is better than the mock-up that I've put on the screen. Now, I know earlier in the video I did say I wasn't going to repeat any more players from the first video, but I guess I lied, because I've got to include this one, Gravenberch. It would just be a good card for Ultimate Team, and obviously it could be very similar to the Future Stars Camavinga, which we got in Team number 1, and I just hope this card happens because I think it looks absolutely stacked. But with him having that Foundations card, it kind of does put me off, so maybe EA will look for another player from this league. There's obviously a bunch of different options, so yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. Next, we have the German forward Adeyemi. Now, this guy did have a Silver Stars card not too long ago, but a Future Stars card would be even better for the game. Also, there aren't too many good German strikers in Ultimate Team. Timo Werner's alright, but at this stage of the game isn't anything too special, so I think this card would actually be really useful for Ultimate Team. So hopefully this one happens as well, and also it would be another league as well. I want to see more leagues get involved in these promos. Now, EA are obviously very well aware that players in the top leagues like the Premier League are the big pack sellers, and that's probably why they don't look into these leagues too much for other promos, but I just wish they would, because if more cards came out like this from different leagues, then people would use different teams in Weekend League. They wouldn't always, like, everyone wouldn't be using the same players every single time if there were squad building options from other leagues that were usable. So I'm hoping we do see more cards like this from leagues that are not in the quote-unquote top 5 leagues. Another centre-back option for this promo is Koundé, who he's actually having a semi-decent season for Sevilla. Now, as much as I would like this card to happen, and I think it could be a good card for the game, because he has that road to the final item, I don't think EA will do this, but I'm still going to include it in this video just because I want to show you guys that I have included it. And should he get a pretty big boosted item because of his previous cards in the game, like this item would be pretty mad. It would have some really big boosts and arguably could be one of the best centre-backs in the game. And let's be honest, that run to the final item that he's got already is very OP in matches, so yeah, an even better version of Koundé in Ultimate Team is going to be pretty mad. And then next to him we have Lamptey, which I'm not going to lie, I don't think this one will happen. And I don't think it'll happen because we had Reece James, an English Premier League right back, in Team number 1. I don't think they'll put another in Team 2, unfortunately, which is a shame because I do think this card would be deserved because he's having a very good breakthrough season. And yeah, maybe next year for Lamptey. But as I say, even though this is a quote-unquote predictions video, I kind of don't think he's going to get in. So it's a shame. But as I say, I think it would be deserved. But because of Reece James in Team 1, I don't think we'll see him in Team number 2. If you feel free to discuss that amongst yourselves in the comments. Now, I'm going to imagine at some point we are going to see a flashback, Future Stars flashback related card, and I'm going to predict that we get Tomori. There is a bit of hope behind this one as well, just because I love Tomori's non-inform in this game, so I think a flashback variant of him would be really freaking good. And he's also now on loan over at AC Milan, so yeah, potential hybrid links as well. I think this could be a really nice card for the game, and also ties into the fact that they haven't done a lot of centre-backs so far for this promo. So yeah, what do you guys think? Would you welcome this one, or do you hate the idea of this one because he's a very, very sweaty meta player? EA have already announced that we are going to see a Future Star Academy player objective dropping on Friday, so we do have something to look forward to in that aspect. If you're new to Ultimate Team and don't know what that is, essentially what they did last year was they released an objective where you unlock the first variant of a Future Stars item, and then you can complete objectives to unlock the better versions. And obviously you got to work your way up from the first one to the second one, then the third one, and the fourth one. Essentially you use the previous card to unlock the next one. So yeah, I actually think this is a brilliant idea from EA, and I wish they would do it a bit more, but obviously it does suit this promo really, really well, and we're going to have a couple of examples on the screen right now. This first one with Pedri, that would be pretty cool. Can I see them doing a Barcelona player? Not too sure, but hopefully I'm proven wrong. This example here has Saka. Now I think this would actually be a really good thing for Saka to be involved in, because he's a player who has played so many different roles. Unfortunately this example doesn't show him in the left wing back role, but in my opinion one of his cards would have to be if he was involved in this objective. And yeah, I can't see Saka being used for this because I think he's going to be so high rated that they're going to want him in packs, but I definitely wouldn't be against this. I think that would be pretty cool. We've also got a Curtis Jones example here. That would be fairly nice, I guess. And we've also got an Ajax Antony example as well. A winger example would be quite good, because then you can have some cards on the left wing, some on the right, and I think that would be quite fun. One thing I really enjoyed about the Dan James one they did, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, was the fact that one of his cards was a left mid, one of them was a striker, and then the end card was a right wing. The position changes are very, very useful. And then on this final example that I have, we've got Pedro Neto in a bunch of different roles. Really do like that a lot. And we've also got Tapsoba. I wouldn't want a centre-back just based on the fact that you can't get other positions, and I hope that Tapsoba does get a card, but hopefully it's in packs. In the comment section down below, I want to hear from you guys. Which player would you like to see be given this Future Star Academy card, and what 4 card ratings and positions do you think it would get? Okay, so now that's done, we are going to wrap this video up right here. We've spoken about players who could be in packs, players who could be in SBCs, players who could be in objectives, and yeah, hopefully you got your fix in this video. If you could leave a like rating on it, as always, that would be great. Make sure you're active in the comments, subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next one.